We're on camera! We're on camera!
Smile, you're on camera.
We're on camera.
You're putting words into my mouth and I don't like it.
Film that when he's telling you things like that.
I don't really want to be filmed talking about this.
Lies the Chief Inspector promised the BBC!
Fuck off media! Fuck off media! Fuck off media! Fuck off media! We say fight back! We say fight back!
My year filming protest started at the end of 2010.
We have to make a statement. We're showing that we don't. We're not having it. 9 grand. We're not having it.
The eyes to the right, 323. The nose to the left, 302.
It felt like the students had lost not only the fees vote, but something else too.
Order.
There was a sense of inevitability while filming the student protests, a feeling of taking part in a three-way dance between the cameras, the police, and the kettle protesters. The most dramatic pictures would become the story, and a real understanding of what the events were about was missed.
This fight is not over. It's the beginning.
By the new year, it felt like the end of the beginning.
Can I ask you how many people showed up?
I think it was about 25.
Whatever this may look like now, that's inherent. If you look at historically, the history of working class struggle and fight back, it ebbs and flows. There will be sparks that turn into flames and fires, and then it will momentarily die down again to sparks.
This is a budget built on sound money.
The next spark came in March. Trade unions were trying to form a coalition of their own to stop the cuts.
The brilliant thing about this is it's everyone together, isn't it? Finally, for the first time.
I've never seen anything like it.
This is the biggest trade union march I've ever been on in 20 years.
You need to support the student part as well as everything else.
If everybody's together, then it's bigger, louder.
More chance we're going to get a word across, a message across there. More chance people are going to listen to us.
Hopefully the politicians will get what they want in a peaceful protest, but they need to listen, because time and time again people have protested peacefully and no one listens. It seems that they say, oh, you can march down this street, you can say what you like.
500,000 people. They've got to listen to that. They have got to listen to it.
But it was hard that day to know what to film, let alone what people would listen to.
Just to note that while we were inside the building in Fortnum & Mason, we were entirely peaceful. Like, we even cleaned up a little bit before we left.
No, not interested in them. I'm just a mother who's marching for her children.
I ended up at Piccadilly Circus. As one group sang the Internationale, around the corner, police were busy rounding up members of a breakaway protest in the Queen's Greengrocers.
Gotta pay for arresting! It's lies the Chief Inspector promised the BBC!
Do not think calm. If you do so, you will be physical removed from the people next to you.
This is the largest rally of disabled people in living memory, and I think that's something to be really proud of.
Hi everybody, and welcome to the Great Pensions Revolt of 2011. Please keep moving straight ahead and take a left-hand turn.
The unions and disability campaigners took the protests into the summer with events that were altogether more ordered.
They got a point, but at the end of the day, nothing's going to come of it, we know all this.
You know Cameron's got to go, and he's got to go, and he. Bring down the government. Make the bankers pay. Use it for fucking target practice, is what I say.
We also hold out an hand of solidarity to the Greek working class.
It is a small minority of unions that have gone ahead with action. I think it is irresponsible. I don't believe it's fair.
Making them more in line with the private sector, you mean?
Is that what you think it should be, though?
Well, don't you think that's right?
Are you happy with your pension?
My pension? Yeah. No, I'm not happy with my pension.
But so you want everyone to be in the same boat, though?
No. You're putting words into my mouth and I don't like it. So can you just go away, please?
F-A-F-T-E-D. That's the awful, the way they're treating disabled people.
You can swear if you like.
You can, yeah.
The parameters of protest now seemed very fixed.
This is fucking bad.
I was beginning to feel like we were all playing our roles in a benign spectacle.
Congratulations! Come on!
Big cheer, everybody, big cheer.
We don't want to smile! Cops, kill a cop!
Making a great deal of noise, people can't hear it, and it's distracting from the main march.
Stage manage it? Yeah, exactly. If it's some sort of theatre production.
You've all been part of the largest ever disability march. Congratulations!
Keep moving, keep moving.
We're staying here. No, move, no.
That all changed in August.
Tell them to move. We all have equal rights. We're all equal. Yeah, tell me to move. Tell the white man to move.
This all started because these feds shot my boy in it. Now everyone's running riot. So obviously, I was in Tottenham the other day. Now I'm here, fam. It needs today, tomorrow somewhere else, innit? Finished, innit? There's no more yes and no more yeah. Just standing around.
Come on, I'm filming it for you guys.
Sorry. Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm alright.
The man who attacked me came back moments later.
This guy's trying to film the whole event.
I'm trying to film it, man.
You need this guy right here.
I'm trying to film it.
Don't get him. You need him, man.
He told me he hadn't been trying to steal my camera. It was that he didn't want me telling the wrong story. It felt too dangerous to film much of the violence during the riots, so instead I focused on talking to people who were out on the streets.
You see, half of the people in this community have all got a story to tell about the fucking police and individual brutality. I've got my story, Raggo's got his story, and half of the man them on this road has got a story about brutality, an individual personal story. So when they come out on our streets and try and tell us we must do what we're told, and we're all together, what the fuck do they expect? We ain't going nowhere. You know what, you see when you treat people like animals, they start behaving like animals. All of what's going on right now with riots, it's all the result of inequality that's been building up since the 90s. Inequality, the gap between incomes has been growing, and we have to be at the bottom of the fucking line, and we have to experience all the pain and fucking frustration, and we've got the police telling us what the fuck to do.
Remember, shop, consume, do as you're told, and you'll be safe.
The people who broke those rules were quickly branded mindless criminals, the worst of Britain. Those who defended their property, like the circus shopkeepers of Dalston, were made into the heroes. At the time, it didn't feel so simple. The following night, I travelled up to Birmingham, where there were serious fears of race riots after 3 young Asian men had been killed.
We will not be violent and react. We are capable, but we're not going to do it. And why? Why? Because the three people who died, they died nobly.
I said peacefully march, man.
Let's not do that, because houses can still be looted. It's better to go home.
You want all the area to know that we're here. You need to wake them up and show them peaceful march, no looting.
Peaceful march?
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't know the ripple effect. It not only takes us one person to do something out of turn. The way we react now, what we do now, will mirror tomorrow headlines.
They killed them for free, bro. They've killed them for free. Make sure you're not marching in the name of the 3 brothers that died, because if you're going to march here in their name and you're rioting here, it's a disgrace.
Man, no march. That's it. Go home, brush. Thanks for coming.
Let's
Show
go
your respect.
home,
That's
man.
enough, bro.
Everybody go.
are now going to vote on whether to stay here for the next 2 hours or leave now.
The Occupy London movement landed on the steps of St Paul's by chance. Everything else about it felt very deliberate, a determination not to go home at the end of the day, to speak with a single voice of consensus, and not to let a story be imposed on them. The crowd turned against the media on day one when the cameras mobbed Julian Assange. After a year in which what happened on protests often felt of secondary importance to how it was portrayed, Occupy were determined to decide their own message.
Until today, the reclamation of the public space around St Paul's by protesters has been confused. It was better theatre than politics.
Occupy London members had just been told that a list of their demands had been leaked to the press before being ratified by their General Assembly.
Do we think we should get behind it?
Any blocks?
History is full of people who think they've had the answers and tried to impose it on other people, and what they've forgotten is that it's involving people in the process that's the real source of democracy, not what you say at the end.
It's the first time that we haven't done something and then just gone off to the pub. My personal goal is to be here 18 months from now.
I ask for you to ratify this. Let's not stay here for 2 weeks and be evicted without landing a blow on the body politic of that corrupt institution.
How clear are we all on what consensus actually is? Or are we confusing consensus with voting?
Those who agree. Those who disagree.
There simply is not a way to reach a consensus that is in line with the process that we all agreed on here and now. Everybody has got completely conflicting views, and it does pretty much tell us a lot about why the process is so important. Consensus is not just majority vote, it's where everybody agrees.
You're the people that teach our kids, heal our sick, care for our vulnerable and our elderly, encourage our youth, clean our streets, collect our refuge. You are the people that create the very fabric of the civilized communities in which we live. How dare they attack you? I want you to do one thing: believe. Believe in your values, believe in your unions, believe in working class solidarity, and justice will prevail. Good luck, comrades.
November was billed as another big month of action. Unions walked out over pensions for a second time. Occupy squatted a disused office block. And the students marched again. This time, everybody was well behaved.
I saw videos of last year and it looked more violent. Nothing really kicked off today.
A year on, there was no three-way dance, no optimistic anger, and no demands on Parliament.
Show them how dangerous thinking for yourself can be.
In its place, a different, bigger demand, and a big, open question.
If 5 people can smash stuff up, it makes the news. You know, that is the inconvenient truth of peaceful protest. If you want this change to be effective, if you want it to be peaceful, then we need you. All we're saying really is, come and let's have a discussion about what the people power that we're meant to already have might mean.